I thought I would just turn the camera on. I'm playing with a bunch of die cuts. And so these are things that I will make probably for my Woodland Journals. So this will be a part of the Woodland Journals series. And what I did is I just went through some scraps of papers and things that I had. And I did some embossing and some die cutting. This, for example, is a butterfly from one of the papers from Angie, the Mountain Girl Studio. And it was a sheet that the printer had stopped on me halfway, and so it was not usable for really much of anything. But the die fit. I've got actually a couple of them. I like these two the best. So I'll do something with those. And same die I used. This is a handmade paper, and I did that. So, and then I've got a die that has a whole bunch of little butterflies, different size butterflies on it. So that's that. And then tag dies. So I've got a bunch of different tags here. This is a wood kind of paper, and it's fragile and it doesn't work. You know, this is kind of useless just by itself. It's really pretty, but I will put it on top of something here, perhaps like this, and that'd be cool. And then I have, these are tags that I embossed first, and then I have a Tim Holtz die cut tag set that has both of these tags in it. It's an older die cut. I've had it for a while. And these are leftover Craftex papers. Craftex I use when I sew in my signatures. And so I embossed them and die cut them. And these, the Craftex was white, and I just painted the front, got paint all over the back too, but I'll cover that. And painted them green. And then, yeah. So I'm just gonna play. Now this one, I think I may play with this one first. Scoot everything away. This was the edge of the paper, and the dies are set up, the two different shaped dies are set up side by side next to each other. One with this curvy top and one with the straight edge. And so I die cut this, and this, I guess they're like that. This is the way my paper was, and this was the end of my paper. But I think I can do something kind of cool with this. So I was just playing around. I'm going to use this parchment paper as the base. Glue this guy down first. And then I'm going to collage over here on the side. And I think that'll be kind of cool. So I'm going to start there. And then I have a piece. This is left over from a piece of an end paper from a book, from an old book, and it's just as brittle as it can be. If you can see, I can just bend it, and it's just terribly brittle, but it's beautiful. I love it, and I'm at the end of it. But I thought, so as long as I'm gluing it down, it works just fine. So I'm going to put a little bit of ink on the edge of this. Just without really, without trying not to rip it any further. That ought to do. Get that out of the way. And then I'm going to glue this. Let's see. I think I want it like that. I think I want it. Actually, before I do that, because I think I want that on the very top. Before I do that, I'm going to, this is a dictionary page from a really old dictionary from the 1800s. And it also is, it's not brittle. It's just really, this particular page got all crumpled up inside the middle of the book. It's in the C's. So, but I really like this edge. And so I'm going to leave that as is. And I think I'm going to bring it in here. Let's take some of this off, because I can use the rest of this later. And I think I'm going to go Let's see, let's take some of that off too. And yeah, I think I want to do something like that so that I can get this, all of this folds and bends and stuff. And then maybe this goes on top. Yep, yep, I like that. Okay, so let's glue that down. And I'm just trying to be very fragile. It's got cracks in it and all sorts of stuff. So I'm trying to be very delicate, which I don't typically do well. I don't do delicate well. And so I hope everyone had a happy new year. And I'm gonna glue this little bent piece down just so that it doesn't become vulnerable. And then this will go on top, kind of like that. Kind of like that. And then again, I will trim that off. Yep, I like it. I didn't get enough ink on this. Let me go down here a little bit further. I didn't really need to ink that, but I just like the look of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue this on while the other one dries, and then I will trim them out. And then I think I'll put some wax on top of the embossed. I love the look of wax on top of embossing folders. Not too bad. I like it. I don't know what words those are. Let's see. What have we got here? Considering, consign, consignment, consist. That's fine. That's fine. I got so much glue on my table that things are sticking. Now, what if, let's get a little butterfly. Excuse me for reaching here. There's more butterflies. This is just one die that has all these different shapes on it. And I cut it out on two different pieces of paper. So I have double butterflies. That's cute. That's not the shape I want though. Let me see if I can find, there we go. That one's better. Or is it the same thing? No, that's a little different. Okay. Get a little butterfly guy down there. And ta-da! All right, now let me get some wax. Now I'm gonna test this on something somewhere. If I can find a piece. Yeah, here's a piece of leftover. And if I can get this open. Okay, now. Let's see. Do I like that? Do I? I think. Decisions. Let's test another color. Let me get a wipey here. I'm almost out of wipies. I need to add wipies to my list. Add it to my grocery list. Okay, that's a possibility, but I'm not sure I'm in love with the gold. Now I know, let's see, I have another gold. It's actually German silver. So it's sort of gold, sort of silver. It's a pretty combination. So let's look at that. That might be too light. Ooh, nope, yep, that's the winner. Let's do it. No sense in spending all day trying to figure out what color we want. I like that. Okay, let's see. I need something underneath me. Here. This is what I used when I was painting. All right. I'm just gonna go down like so. And yes, I just put my finger directly in my wax. I don't think, I think some people say if you don't want bacteria in there, don't do that. But I do. So. And I always wash my hands after I've used wax. And I get a little gold on that edge. That's okay. I like that. And I'm just slightly rubbing. I'm using a fairly thick amount of wax just because I want it. That's the effect I want. So some of it's hitting the background and some of it's hitting the raised parts. I need to glue that little tiny piece down again. I probably should have waxed this before I glued it down, only because then I wouldn't have worried about getting it on the other pieces, but I actually don't mind that. As a matter of fact, I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and go around the edge a little. And then I'll ink it too. But that gives it a little, sort of a gilded look, because it is, you know, it's called gilder's wax. So there's that. Okay. Yep. Liking it. I am. Okay, now, let's see. Get that off my fingers, and where was that little piece that I needed? I said I need to glue down. Is it here? Here. Let's get that. Let's get that right there. If my glue will come out, it would probably work a lot better if I had, there we go. And was there another one up here? No, I think that was it. I think that's it. Okay, let's ink the edge, and we're gonna call this one done. Now, I don't know, let's see. What is the, yeah, that works. And I am covering up some of the wax that I just put on there, but I'm okay with that. Absolutely okay with that. It just gives it a layered look. Okay, there we go. I'll put an eyelet in that, and I will call that one done. And you can kind of see the edge here. There's a little bump there, but that doesn't, oh, actually, let's not call it done yet. Let's do, where did my butterfly go? Which one did I want to put on there? What did I do with him? Did I cover him? I covered him. All right, let me put some ink on Mr. Butterfly. The butterfly would probably be cute embossed too, but I'm not going to. Not gonna do it. Just gonna leave him like that. There we go. I like that. I think that's cute. Now, question is, do I want to put a label on here? Maybe. Let's put a couple more layers. All right, let me find my labels. What if I had a little stamp on there? Like that, oops, like that. Maybe it's like that. And Mr. Butterfly's like that. Oh, that's kind of cute. Yeah, I like the way it offsets it. And now what about, let's see here. What if, yeah, oh yeah, okay, let's do it. All right, let me get my labels out of the way here. And I don't know, my table's so full I don't even have a place to put them. Okay, let's put a tiny bit of ink on this stamp just to define those edges. Take down the white a little bit too in this case, just because it's such a stark, you know, it's a pretty white stamp. I'm sorry, I just want to dirty it up a little. And I'm okay with, there we go. All right, I liked him here. Yep, he blends in just a little bit more that way. And we'll put him right here. And then I will try to get some ink on this. Just in this case, just to get rid of the white edges of the paper that it was printed on. So I'm not trying to necessarily grunge this up anymore. I just want to get those, I just want to get those edges so that when it's glued down, it's not painfully obvious that it was a white piece of paper. Yeah, no, maybe I don't like that. Maybe I don't. That's not so bad. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Okay, there we go, done. All I have to do now is put an eyelet there or some type of, you know, protect the hole reinforcer, and she's done, and it's got a parchment back. So let's put some ink on the back of that, and then I'll set this one aside and call it done. And then that can go in one of the journals somewhere, and it's a nice flat, I feel something not quite glued down. It's a nice flat tag, so won't be a problem, I don't think, with, you know, with adding too much bulk. I'm to the point where I'm trying to be careful about bulk. There we go. I like it. Okay, one down. That took way longer than it probably should have, but let's see if I can get a couple more. That's gonna work. I thought this would look pretty cool on this with that green coming through. I think that's a neat effect. And then maybe we do another butterfly. Of course, these would not be in the same journal, but maybe there's a butterfly that's just halfway on there, like that. I think that might be kind of fun. Or maybe there's something else on here. Like this is a, what is this? This is a faux tea card. That might look good. Just a little faux tea card stuck on there. So yeah, let me start with getting this glued down. Now this is sort of a wood, and I'm going to use Fabri-Tac on it. It has a little curve to it. It's just the nature of this particular, it's a paper, it's a wood paper, a handmade wood paper. And so it's pretty delicate actually. It die cut nicely, but it does, the whole paper has a bit of a curve to it. And that helped with that warp. That helped straighten that out quite a bit. That's fun. Let's see. Let's get some, do we want to do another butterfly? I don't want to be butterfly crazy. I don't want to go too much. It's not necessarily all for the same journal though, so there's that. But I do have, actually I'm working on sort of 3 different journals, so I could technically do 3 butterflies and be fine. So this one is kind of cool. Like that. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. Got this idea. Susan Taylor Brown has a fussy cut leaf kit, and I put them through, and you can see some of them didn't work. I put them through my Cricut print and cut. And like that one is too much white on it, but most of them did work. I think there was just 1 or 2 sheets where it got off somehow. But I kind of like the idea, that's not big enough. I like the idea of there being a leaf on here, but I want a good size one, not a big one. Oh, here we go. What about that one? Oh, is that too big? That's too big. Kind of a rounder, there we go. What about that? What about that? That might be kind of fun. Put that on top. I'm liking it. I also like the idea of a darker one. There's a bunch of different, they're all brown, but there's different browns. And I will hit the nail on the head on one of these here in just a minute. I promise. That I like. Okay, let's use that, but I really do. I do have some darker ones. So let me look at the darker ones real quick, because I might like them better. The problem is the darker ones that I cut out, and I don't even know how many sheets she has. It's a lot. There are a lot of options. Colors are all slightly different. It's just a fun fussy cut kit. But I think, let's just check. Let's just check. We're just checking. We're just checking. We don't know yet what we're going to come up with. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, I think I've already got the winner, so I don't know why I'm still messing here. Just to be sure, I just want to make sure that I like the one I've got. I mean, I like all of them. Okay, let me set that aside. I say, people ask, what's your favorite glue? I have a bunch. Not a bunch. I would say that I have 3 go-to glues. They are Art Glitter Glue, Fabri-Tac or 3-in-1, and Matte Medium. My favorite is probably Matte Medium, except that it's messy. Because it doesn't come in a tube, and so sometimes it's a little harder to to get it where you want it. I'm also going to round these corners. I just like rounded corners. I round all the corners of my book page, of my journal pages, and so I like to round corners too. That might be too thick. Oh, yep, that worked. I like to round corners too on tags and things, just so that there's some cohesive. There we go. Okay. Now where'd my butterfly go? All right, now I wanted to put him on here. And I like the idea of him tucking up right there. Yeah. Now before I do that though, I'm wondering if a little bit of cheesecloth, which is what I was looking for a minute ago, and I have no idea what I've done with it. It's around here some. Oh, there it is. I really have to clean up my table. I wonder if a little bit of cheesecloth might be nice behind that butterfly. Let's see. Let's see what we think here. Not a lot, just a little. Just a little. I do kind of like that, so let's snip some off here. 2 down. 2 down. And here's what we have so far. They're very different, and they will go in different journals too. Okay. Let's see, which one do I want to do? I want to work on one of these because this is a cracked, this embossed, which you probably can't see, is called cracked glass, I think. And it's a neat texture. And so I thought rust would be very pretty on it. And so I'm not going to test this because I don't have anything else painted this color, but I'm just going to dive right in. I'm going to just go over the whole thing. Nice. I like that. I like it. Okay, now I don't think I want to put a butterfly on this one because I don't want to go butterfly overload. But I don't know what I do want to put on it. Let me think about what I've got here. Oh, what if I use one of these faux tea cards? I mean, something as simple as that, I think is adorable. A little something going on with it, perhaps. I do still have some of this. That might look nice. I could put the whole thing on there. Let's go up a little bit higher. See, and now I'm covering up that little spot where there was white still. Too high. I do like that. I do. I do. All right, now maybe it's got one more element on it. And maybe that element is, what do I have here in front of me? There's some, here's a little piece of, that might not be fat enough. A little piece of this wood sort of paper left over that I like. Yep, I'm liking where that's headed. Yeah. Sort of. Let's see, I feel like this maybe can go up higher. There we go. There we go. Nice. Okay. Oh, I've got some circles that cut out with those tags that I think will look good too. Ink up those edges with a really dark brown. Okay. Let's head in this direction. Let's head in this direction. Let's start with inking up these edges with a really dark brown. This is the ground espresso again. And you know what, as I'm looking at this, I think I do want to, let's put a little rounding on that corner too. I'm obsessed with round corners. I'll put an Amazon link to this corner rounder below in my description, but it's the Katamaru Pro, and it has 3 sizes. It's the best corner rounder that I have found. So if you are in the market for a corner rounder, I highly recommend this one. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, I like that. Looking good. Now, I'll also include a link to the craft text, which is what these bases are that I embossed. So craft text, corner rounder, and if there's anything else I've used and forgotten, oh, I can show you, I can put the Tim Holtz die on there. Happy to show you which die I'm using if I can find, if it's still available. I've had it forever, so I'm not sure if it's still available. All right, Owl. Now, the big question is, do I want maybe some more cheesecloth coming off that bottom corner? So let's see if I can find a little piece. I still have some little pieces here. Okay, let's do it. So in this case, actually, I think I want to tip this to the side a little bit. Maybe. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to put some glue down just to hold it. And some glue down here, again, just to hold it, just an ever so slight amount. There we go. All right, now we'll glue this guy on. And this one will be done. And then I made 3, and I'm sure that it took way more than 15 or 20 minutes. But you know what? That's okay. I don't want to put myself in a position where I rush through what I'm working on, because that's not what this is about. This is about me being artistic and having fun, playing with layouts. It's not about rushing. Okay, so 3 tags using embossing folders, just fun and interesting papers, and die cuts. So here we go. So this has fussy cut leaves, die cut butterfly, wood, sort of a wood grain, interesting paper, although I'm not sure I would call it paper, but it was a sheet of this wood. And then a very fun embossed green paper in the background. This one, here, let me get this out of the way, my messy table. This one used an embossed craft text, a die cut butterfly, a stamp, a label, again, more that in paper, dictionary paper, so old papers. This one used again, an embossed background. Both of these, of course, have wax on them. This doesn't. A textured wood sort of paper, the cheesecloth, the faux tea card on top, some of that little wood grain paper circled there at the top. So lots of different, I think these look completely different, but yet I used a lot of the same tools to create them. So there you go. That was fun. Thank you for joining me, and I will be back with more. I'm continuing to make ephemera and pieces for the Woodland Journal series, and I'm getting close to saying, okay, I've got enough. I do not want to create alligator mouth journals, so I do have to force myself to quit. As fun as I'm having playing with all of this, I do need to force myself to quit. There are 2 journals, as you may recall, if you haven't been watching the series. I think this is episode 6, perhaps 7. I believe this is episode 6. But if you haven't been watching the series, please do backtrack and join me. I've got videos showing you how I've made the 2 covers, videos showing just some other tags and things that I've made. And so, yeah, so it's been a lot of fun, and I will continue to play with what I'm doing now really is just making journaling cards and tags, and just, like I said, just ephemera, more ephemera for the Woodland Journal series. So I think I'm gonna hop off here now and stop rambling and get my table cleaned off because it is beyond messy. I can't find a thing. So thank you for joining me. Your support is always appreciated, and I'll be back. Bye.